There's been a lot more barge traffic today, and they've had them locks open, and it's pushed the water up a foot. I've been off the river for like 10 hours maybe, and back in the evening, and water's high. I'll see what I can do. I was in a little shallower water, so I'll see if I can't find something. Now, I should have shown you before it got muddy and started sifting. There's a place where a barge pushed up some rock again here, and I'm just sampling it. See, there's cracked up rock. See, that's good. Hopefully there's flakes and then artifacts. Looked at everything in here. I'll be able to tell you if this is good after a couple screens. Well, I sifted that screen all the way down, and this was what was in it. A pottery shard, and that's a Madison point impacted. So, yes, it's worth continuing. See, that is snapped off there, and that little corner's gone. But that's a little true bow and arrow Madison point. Too bad that's broke. You see, there's what that little point would have looked like, but one I found, tip was gone, and part of it, you see, just that piece was left there. But that's a good sign. There's lots of stuff there, it looks like. You see right in there in that screen, that's a piece of pottery, just, you know, it's about the size of a nickel out of a pot. Probably most likely associated with that Madison. Was right to stop here. This is a new spot. I see something already here. Look at this. All right. Wow, that's nice. It's got notching to it. Look how thin. Wow. Wow, that's a beauty. See, move spots, different archaeology. That point dried out a little. Slight impact, but see, I'd say that's some kind of a dart. It's pretty nice. Real thin, real well made. It's pretty nice, and it's got that weird spur on the base, and it's ground up to about right there on the base, on both sides. It's kind of nice. See, there on the left is a lance made of green jasper I found earlier this year, and it's nicer, but that one on the right looks about the same. Slight shouldering there. Look at the chipping, pretty decent. And you see there's similar points. That one's way nicer than the one I found today. That's sick. I found it earlier this year. Lanceolates, but it looks a lot like them. Well, see, here's that point. Looks real paleo, doesn't it? Look at the basal thinning there, and it's a hard material, jasper. See, it's just expertly made. Look at the color to it. It's greens, and it's got that orange on it. That's a smoker. And see how it has the slight little, you can kind of see the notch where they've just taken like a tiny piece out. And that one I found today is kind of like that too. And see, this one has the slight notching just right down at the base to kind of almost give it a stem. You can see it there, just like that other one I showed you. And look at that chipping. But I'm seeing flakes. It just takes a long time to load a screen, you know. I'm doing that, make sure it's all gets in there, and I'm picking at the bottom, prying up rocks and gravel. It's very time consuming, but as you can see, it's worth it. Haven't been here long. I'm not going to stay long. I'm whipped. I've had lots of work to do. This looks awesome, folks. See, look at that big, awesome flake. It's just super. Imagine a point out of that with spots on it. But I'm in a good spot. I can feel all kinds of rock, and it'll be days to sift and look at the screens. I haven't even looked through all this gravel and fired rock and flakes. Standing here on the bottom, kind of on a bar. Now look where. See, I've got almost well, it is waist deep out in there, me reaching. This is where I'm finding this stuff, on the river bottom. Well, that'll be a place. It's hard to tell what we'll find, you know, Mississippian cultural period stuff all the way back to early archaic, and I've got other stuff I'd say definitely at least transitional paleo. It's a longly occupied site, so I'll just keep going back and sifting, and if you like this kind of stuff, we'll see what's in here. Well, this is all recent stuff. I'd laid it in this big Riker mount, and there's even extra. Found a lot of stuff here. There's that lance point. It really looks like a lance in there, but look at some of this stuff. The knives, all recently. Check out the drills, the serrated points, the hematite. Lots of nice stuff. Lots of nice stuff. I hope you enjoyed. Now here's a little blast from the past. I think that black one there I found this year, but the other ones are like 2023, late 2024. Some nice Amos material there. Looks nice with the green background. Here's another blast from the past, summer 2023. Look at some of them serrated points. Look at that. That one there in the middle was black when I found it river stain. Now it's tan. It's Brush Creek. It lightened up that much. Look at the jasper points. Look at that. Red and green. Kind of cool, huh? And here's another blast from the past. These would be like 2022, 23. Some lances in there. Look at that effigy form, like Atto handle weight made of hematite there at the bottom. There's lancets. There's a lance. Serrated points. Just, most of the points are real nice too. Look at that Amos that's serrated. There's lots. Look at that drill up there. Look at that knife. Wow. There you go. Another blast from the past. I found all these on video. Well, here's fall 2024. That's a watermelon from Marble King. Some kind of weird one. Hybrid, dug all these on dumps. I do this too. That's a pretty recent frame, and here's spring 2025. So this year, look at the Christensen agate, bloody. Just lots of beauties. I love digging the marbles too, and the Indian artifacts. Put a marble digging video where I found all kinds of cool stuff up here at the end, and another arrowhead hunting video where I found a smoker. I'm knocking to see if there's a squirrel. There he is. Here. I brought him some watermelon. See? Squirrel man likes the watermelon. And I brought you cherries too, because they're your number 2 favorites. I'm going to have to go get him more watermelon. Well, the water went up again, and you know, if you live in the Ohio Valley, it's been dry as heck. They're just messing with the locks in a weird way. And within, 15 hours, it went up to where the place I was doing real good, just, if I bend over like to scoop the stuff up, off the bottom, my face is underwater. So it's just, I can't do it. So moved to this spot, and right off the bat got that point. And it sure looks old. And it's nice. And I'm proud to find it. You know what I mean? Come in with something you're happy to find. It's called a day maker. And this is my little pet squirrel here. He's getting him some late night snacks here. I'm going to have to get him more watermelon. And I'll see you on the next one.